let's talk a little bit about your household and your upbringing and your family structure outside of the music. So, a product of the west side of Orlando, coming up, what was that environment like for you inside the home? Like, were both parents together, or did they separate? Did you have like siblings around, the aunts and uncles, cousins, close knit? Like, how was it for you?
So I got one sibling. I got a little sister. We 2 years apart. I was born in 2003. She was born in 2005. 2-parent household. My parents got married when I was like 4 or 5. And my sister was 2 or 3. They got divorced when I was in 4th grade. So I was like 9. My mom got with my stepdad. I was still in 4th grade. And then we started living with my stepdad like a little bit after that. So I did always have a 2-parent household. It wasn't like my mom was never like a single parent like on some junk. And then it was me and my sister. Oh, and then I got a stepsister too. So, and then my mom remarried in 2018. So, yeah, but we've been with my stepdad since 2012. So we was already, you know how you gotta get used to your stepdad at first type jump.
It's an adjustment for you.
Yeah. But I adjusted pretty quick. So, and then my dad, I grew up around like all my cousins, my auntie kids, like my dad's sister. Like growing up, she stayed around. It was a point in time we stayed in Pine Hills. We stayed in some houses like across the street from Evans, like all the way in the back. And then my auntie stayed around the corner. So we would go over there like and sit with my cousins, like always be at my auntie house, stay the night, whatever. But my auntie have like, I think my auntie got like 7 kids, like 6 or 7 kids. And we was always over there with our cousins, and that's what we grew up around. Like me and my, those are our bonus siblings.
Yeah.
So it's like,
oh, now that's dope. So close knit family. Like, you weren't alone or anything coming up. Like you had a lot of people in your corner.
As far as boys, cause it's like there's a lot of girls. A lot of girls, but tough girls. Like
I feel you.
Fun. It was cool. Each girl like different. Like somebody different. Like everybody not the same.
Did that help you like kind of learn about like dealing with women early?
Dealing with women?
Around? Yeah, so many. Or nah?
Even with my aunties and like even my mom, like I grew up watching how they cleaned, how they talked, like how they treated people, like stuff like even with men, like the men I grew up around, like I seen how they treated the women that they was with and stuff like that. Like I paid attention to all of that. So it was like I caught on to that growing up. So now I know how to treat a woman. Like now I know how to go about everything the right way. I know how much feelings mean, how much like people care about their feelings type done. So you got to be taking things like in consideration sometimes.
Oh, it's 100, bro. Rewind for a second. When the separation took place, the divorce happened between your mom and your father. Mm-hmm. Like prior to that, were you a mama's boy or like a daddy's boy, or you had a solid relationship with both the kids? You know how they say.
Yeah, you beat. Yeah. I think I had solid with both. 'Cause I was attached to both.
You were.
Yeah, me and my sister. Like it was never like she over here, we over here. It was always we was like just bothering them both. Honestly. They gave both of us attention. And then like, even like we was at my auntie house and stuff like that, with my auntie and my uncle, like we had their attention. Everybody had their attention. So it was like nobody like ever got like left out or something and you feel like, oh, you like doing more for this? No, it wasn't like that.
Only reason I asked you that, I'm curious to know how that divide impacted you, like emotionally.
Emotionally, I was like upset. Like I was in 4th grade, so I was like,
yeah, a youngster, man.
Yeah, like pissed, like in the head. But it was like,
was it any
out of my control? I'm sorry. No, you good. It was just like it was out of my control. But it was like I was angry, but it was like it was cool because it was like I still got to go with my dad and stuff like that. Just my parents weren't together. Like I understood that, but it didn't cause like no stress or nothing. Like at an early age, like you like just upset sometimes.
Yeah, I'm talking about as far. So how was that? So you still had a solid relationship with your pops though.
Yeah.
You were angry, but it wasn't to the point where you didn't want to rock.
We
with
want to
him.
rock with? No.
Okay, for sure.
We still went with him on the weekends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So coming up, you got one sibling, but you still got the cousins, man, the aunt, uncles, everybody in your life. Your stepfather ends up coming into the picture.
And then plus my stepdad family. So that add all the more cousins and more aunties and my
the stepsister.
Yeah.
Okay. So like early like baby BNE, man. Are you mischievous? Are you a good kid? You know what I'm saying? You in the sports? You writing?
How early?
You crazy to the music? Like, are you chasing the girls? Just
grade school, like transition middle school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prior to your teenage years.
Okay, middle school. I'm gonna start you off with middle school, but I can start you off from like 4th grade because that's what I vividly remember. Like 4th grade, so I changed schools. I went to Rio Grande Charter School. VPK through 3rd grade, and then they shut the school down. And so my mom, in 4th grade, I finally went to Catalina Elementary School. Me and my sister started going there. I think she was in 1st grade when we started going there, and I was in 4th. So when I got there, I'm experiencing like different attitudes of like different kids and like all this stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, like I'm in the trenches. I'm with the they rough here. So it's like, but it was cool. Like I adjusted to it, which is like the phase where I start like cussing and stuff at school and like doing mischievous stuff, like storming out the classroom and stuff like that. And then like 5th grade, it was cool. I ain't really fuck with 5th grade. 6th grade, got to middle school, found my clique. Okay, mind you, 4th grade, 5th grade, I already have my clique. Like we got our clique. So the middle school I went to is right on side the elementary school I went to. Like it's a track in the middle. So it's the elementary school, a track, and then the middle school. I went to Memorial Middle School. So like going there, the same people who went to the elementary school all went to middle school. Plus everybody else, whoever came to. And all of us just had our groups, like certain cliques or whatnot. 6th grade, I don't know if you remember like 2014, that's when like the freestyles and all of that came out. That was being on the tables, like teenagers, all that. That's when we started doing that 6th grade. Well, I couldn't have beat on the table, but I was always like one of the rappers. So we started rapping like that. 7th grade, we get to 7th grade. This is where we in the bathroom and we like got our phones and we were like trying to record music like on our phones. 8th grade, and then we would like rapping to our teachers in the classroom, rapping to our classmates on lunch break, all of that. 8th grade, we get into this mentoring program at the school. Shout out Mr. Richardson. I'm still close to my mentor to this day. But it's called the Life Mentoring Program. We got in this program, and my mentor was a computer teacher as well. So he knew how to do all the like gadget stuff on the computer, and he showed us how to mix music on a certain software. What was it called, bro? I feel like it was called Audacity for some reason. I don't know if that's what it was called, but I feel like that's what it's called. He showed us how to work it, how to mix the music. We started recording music on these microphones. It was called iReady microphones. Students would use it for like reading programs and stuff. And to speak in the mic, we started recording music on them and started mixing the songs on our own. Started dropping music in 8th grade. I'm making we taking pictures and stuff. Like I'm making the cover photos. We made a YouTube page. We started uploading all the music, YouTube and SoundCloud. The day I had fell in love with it, I feel like it was like I heard one of the girls, like one of my homegirls, she was singing a song like after school. She was singing one of the songs, and like she smiled. I looked at her and she smiled. I smiled, type shit. I get to high school, I get took away from my friends because like a certain situation happened, and my mom's like wanted me to go somewhere else. So I go to that school. I make like new friends, whatnot. It was cool, but I ain't fuck with my freshman year. Sophomore year, all my friends go from the school they was at and they come to where I'm at. My same friends. So we get back to like the 9th grade. We was still rapping, but I didn't see them as much. So we went to the studio like 1 or 2 times. We made like a few songs and we dropped them. They was cool. 10th grade, we actually got back in touch and we were seeing each other every day. So what we did was after school, we would stay after school. Somebody got a speaker. We would freestyle. Like, high school get out like 2:20 here. So like we'll freestyle to like 4:30 and like stay there the whole time till like 4:30 or 3:30, something like that, until my dog mom come pick us up and they dropped me off home. And we did that every day. We started uploading freestyle videos. Something happened and we fell out again. And then 11th grade, I just went solo, like by myself. Okay, they left the school again.
So hold on, man. Not to cut you off, but I gotta stop it. It's two different references you done made. So as much as you comfortable with touching on both of them. So what happened around 8th grade where your mom moves you from one school to another, and what happened again around, you said a 10th grade year or something when you and your friends separated? But start with the 8th grade. What happened that made your mom move you from one school to another?
It was like a traumatic event that like a 13-year-old like shouldn't go through. I don't want to like go in detail, but it was like a traumatic event that like fucked me up through like my teen years, like mentally type shit. But it's like, and I'm just not recovering from. But it's like, it's cool. It's cool. Like I'm growing. You know, like I feel like everything happened for a reason. Now that's how I think about everything. Everything happened for a reason. Cause I wouldn't have went to that other school and learned how to like be like more diverse with like my mindset. Cause going to that other school, I met like different students. I didn't go to school with like a lot of like different colored people, like different races. Like I'm meeting like more diverse kind of school. That's what my mom put me in, and it was cool for me. Like it was cool. And then 10th grade, I feel like me and my dogs fell out over some dumb shit. It was like, I think my dog was dating a female, and she like had him thinking some kind of way. But it was like, I think I'm the one putting them on anyways. So it was like kind of crazy, but no biggie. But that's what happened. But yeah, 11th grade, I went solo. Finally started rapping by myself. I was going through a phase where I was trying to find my rap name. And I was going through that for a while. But I finally found something, and I just stuck with Ratchet Rug Rat for a little bit. I changed the C in Ratchet to an X, and I put 2 T's in Rug Rat. Like at the end, I put 2 T's. I was going with that for a bit. I went to the studio for a real studio. Shout out DJ Statman. I just recorded with him, like reconnected with him like a little bit ago. My first time going to a real studio was him. It was like $25 an hour. I did 4 songs. My first time recording in a real studio, and that was. I checked the emails. I actually was looking at the emails like a few weeks ago. It was like July 15th. My birthday, July 31st. So I went to the studio a second time, July 30th, and recorded like 4 more songs. And I dropped a mixtape on that Piff and YouTube and all of that, SoundCloud, all of that on my birthday at 12 o'clock. I remember, cause I had went live on Instagram and stuff, and everybody was like tapping into my music. I dropped the mixtape.
What was the name of the mixtape?
It was called Certified Crank Man. I was going through like, you know, my teenage menace phase, like menace like music wise, cause like I'm kind of like a mellow dude now, but I was going through like I don't know. I was listening to a lot of Young Boy.